folks, it's the Red, and it's October, so now is a pretty good time to start a playthrough of Luigi's Mansion, a launch title for the GameCube back in 2001. At last, Luigi gets his own game and with no geography lessons in sight. We've got a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. And right away from the title screen, you can see some flavor in the text. Welcome to your mansion, but then the Y disappears. Welcome to our mansion. How creepy and foreboding. And then when you go to erase a file, it will say, at the top, you can erase the files, but not the fear. I love the personality of this game. But anyway, we've got ourselves a new game ready for us on File 3, so let's get right to it. Well, these model homes, they never look as good as they do in the brochure. Two crows in a tree. Attempted murder.
Hello?
And so we've set foot inside the mansion, where we're greeted with a cutscene. Not much of a cutscene, mind you, but there it was. Anyway, this gives us a chance to go over the basic controls. You can move Luigi around with the control stick, as you probably guess. You can also turn the flashlight off by holding the B button. It's on by default. That will come into play later. And you can also check stuff by pressing the A button against it. And if you can't check anything, then he'll just shout out,
Mario!
and he has several different ways he can say it.
Mario! Mario!
It becomes more interesting when he starts losing health later, but yeah, you can check all sorts of things by pressing the A button against them. Anyway, we can't really do much here except go up to this door and try and open it. I always found the door opening sound to be kind of weird, like some sort of musical instrument. There's another door over here, but same story. So, without really anywhere else to go, we head on back downstairs. An ominous orange cloud carries what you seek. Well, that certainly was strange. Also, that key became a lot bigger. You got a key! Use it to open a locked door in this dungeon. So, let's go ahead and take that key upstairs. And, well, this is the door that we need to use it on, and right away, look at the level of detail that goes into this. To really showcase what the GameCube is capable of, you can see the reflection of Luigi's hand on the doorknob. I really like that, as well as the visual of fear as Luigi is opening the door. Like I said, this game is dripping with personality. But, cutscene time! Zoinks! Suddenly, the discount Ghostbusters show up. Who are you gonna call? Not this guy, clearly. Ouch! I sure take a lot of knocks in this line of work. I'm getting too old for this ghost-catching tomfoolery. This is an automated cutscene, by the way. Anyway, nice to meet you. I'm Professor E. Gadd. This house, I swear, it seems to have more ghosts every day. What's a young fellow like you doing around here, anywho? They're back! Uh-oh, this is ugly. Alright, youngster, look lively. Follow me post haste. And then suddenly we're brought here. So your name's Luigi? I think our paths were destined to cross. Well met, Luigi. Hmm? Where's this, you ask? Why, these cozy quarters are where I do my ghost studying. Professor E. Gadd's Ghost Research Laboratory. The lab, if you're of a shortening mind. Excuse me? How do you like that? They met literally minutes ago, and he's already disrespecting Luigi. You won this mansion in a contest you didn't even enter? Sounds pretty fishy to me. I mean, I would have just written that off as spam and moved on. So, you believe the mansion actually exists, then? Strange. I've been living here since I was a lad of 20 or so, and I'll tell you, that mansion appeared just a few days ago. That's kinda interesting. The spirits have fooled you. I don't know if it's a dream, an illusion, or what all, but I surely wouldn't be too happy winning a haunted house. Now that I get a look at you, I just recalled a guy with a red hat, kind of like yours, went up to the mansion without even stopping to chat, and he never returned. Was he a dream too? What? That guy was your brother? Oh no, that's horrible! He wouldn't stand a chance against those ghosts without my help. You have to go after him. I mean, I don't know, I feel like he handled them just fine in Super Mario 64, but hey, what do I know? Here's the plan. I'll teach you how to deal with the ghosts so you can rescue your brother, Luigi. And here's where the game goes over the basic controls. We already figured out a lot of this earlier. You can move Luigi around with the control stick, but there's also a sidestep view, which lets you change it so that Luigi moves from side to side, if you prefer to do dual analog controls. Me, personally, I like standard controls, so I'll be sticking to that throughout the playthrough. But, yeah, we'll be going over each of these as they become relevant to the playthrough. And here we have our obligatory tutorial. That's the vacuum cleaner I engineered to catch ghosts. I call it, this is genius, the Poltergust 3000. Because poltergeist, it can suck up all kinds of things. Let her rip. Use the R button to vacuum and the C stick to change your direction. So yeah, you hold the L button and you can vacuum stuff, and the C stick will let you rotate whichever way you choose. No matter how strong you think your brother is, ghosts are mysterious beings. They can't be caught using conventional means. You can't stomp on them either, so don't count on your shoes either, yeah, I guess. So you'd better use this. It's the only way to foil them. This is the only thing they fear. Or something to that effect. Well, how's about we start your training? Ghosts seem to like darkness, and they avoid the light. So if you hit them with a flashlight beam all of a sudden, you can stun them momentarily. Then it's vacuuming time. When you see your chance, hold down the R button and tilt the control stick in the opposite direction. Just give it a try. You'll learn more that way than just listening to me yap about it. So you keep the B button held, and as a ghost appears, you flash it in their face, and then you start vacuuming away. The way to vacuum them? Remember, as soon as you see a ghost's heart, that's your chance to vacuum them up. While vacuuming, tilt the control stick in the opposite direction to bring them in. Yeah, pretty much exactly what he's saying. Flash them, and then vacuum them while tilting the control stick in the opposite direction of the ghost. When that surprised ghost's heart appears, vacuum it with the R button and the control stick. Yeah, he's basically just repeating himself at this point, so, all you really gotta do is keep the B button held until you're close enough to the ghost that you can flash them, and then start vacuuming. Tilt the control stick in the opposite direction quickly and repeatedly for the best results. I'm not so sure about the repeatedly part. I think just holding it in one direction is good enough. You have to get as close as you can before flashing the light. And that part is also pretty important to remember, is that you want to get as close to the ghost as you can, so that they will stay solid longer and allow you to catch them more easily. Hey kid, shape up! You can't go looking for your brother the way you're carrying on. What are you talking about? I've caught everyone so far. There, here they come. So here's the hardest part. He sends 5 ghosts at you all at once. It is possible to vacuum up multiple ghosts at once. That's what I was trying to do just then. And let's try and get this last one. Excuse me. There were a few others, but it looks like I missed them. Catching ghosts means using the flashlight and the Poltergust 3000 as a team. You get me, young feller? That'll do. Well, how many did you get? Woohoo! 9 ghosts! Excellent, Luigi! I'd say you're ready to go looking for your brother now. And he does have something different to say, depending on how many ghosts you've collected during this, sequence here. I think the best I've ever done was 10, and I think there's 11 in all. But, yeah, it really doesn't matter how many you collect. It's mainly just a different message every time you do this. So anyway, EGAD is now inviting us to go visit the gallery, so let's go check it out. So, this part here, well, there's not a whole lot to look at other than these, statues whose wings start flapping on their own as soon as you hit them. Not sure how they do that, but okay. But as you go through each of these, as you go through the gallery, you'll notice that all the paintings are literally just blank. And there's quite a few of them. So, there's also a room back here. We just go through this door. And we've got a nice set piece for a really nice painting of some sort. But more on that when we get to the end of the game. EGAD will actually fill us in a little bit on what's going on around here. This is the gallery. This is where I hang all my paintings. Ghost paintings, that is. When I was young, I designed a machine to turn ghosts into paintings, and I traveled the world collecting them. Oh, it was glamorous, I tell you. Well then, now I have to tell you a horrifying story. Well, Luigi's clearly not ready for it. The last ghost I caught was number 22, Boolossus. But there are lots of Boos, and King Boo rallied them all to take revenge upon me. They used my machine to free Boolossus from the painting. Then they went and turned all my other portraits back into ghosts too. As if that weren't enough, they built a mansion in front of my lab in a space of a single night, and then they all hid inside. If I told anybody else this stuff, they'd probably have me committed. Yeah, okay. I'm sure my portrait ghosts are somewhere inside the mansion. I just have to get them back. And there's also options to tell you about the GB horror, but we'll learn more about that when we're inside the mansion. So, let's go on back to the lab. So, we've done pretty much all that we can in this area for now. But we're going to go ahead and call it here. And we're going to actually explore the mansion properly in the next video. So, I'll see you then.